Alright, hello guys. This is the second part of me finding the death cult. We are in the well, if you watch the other one you know exactly where we're at. We need to head to the swamp now. I think I'm gonna take a nether based route because I really don't feel like going through the overworld. But we'll get there and then we'll work from there. Alrighty then. Last clue said they went to the swamplands, which is a good distance away. I'm wondering if I can even locate. Oh, well, that's not very good. That means we're lagging. I don't need this egg. But I need to plan out my route to the swamp. First off, we need to head to the swamp, which first means heading to the nether. Because there is a portal on the edge of the swamp, which should take us there, which means we're gonna have to head back to the lab. Little story time while I'm walking. I was on another realm, and I asked one of their members to take a video of my house so I could rebuild it here. But then I noticed when they were going through it in the video that somebody had robbed my stuff. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I already took pictures of the place before they added a mod which made it unplayable for me, but, like, come on. Who takes someone's jukebox? Like, ooh, wait a minute. I can take a shortcut, supposed shortcut, through to the lab from here. Christ. Okay. I forgot I put in that security measure. Oh my god. But someone robbed my stuff. Doesn't really matter now, because I'm going to be rebuilding it, and I have a plan of where I'm going to do it on this world. Oh, well, that's not very optimal. Yeah, we're going to wait till we're on an area that has more lights that I can use, instead of this we got going on. Yeah, this is the ventilation system, and so there are vents. Just let me see it. No? Okay, well, through the darkness, you see that big, oh, do I put it there? I don't know. I already got a house in that ocean. This ocean's its own thing. This one's a bit weird. Maybe I could still put it in this ocean, but maybe, like, on the very edge of it. Yeah, on the edge of my land. I'm gonna put it on the edge of my land. Okay. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Okay. Through the vents we go. Being sus like Among Us. There's a lava window. And that there is a... one of my pet fox lives in that room. We'll see them later. Because we do have to exit this place. We are, right now, right underneath the lab. The way to get to where we're going is, well, down that way, but let's take a look around first. We got the kitchen, it's got food, it's got all the stuff. Yeah, that's the shovel for putting out the campfires in case the fox falls in here and walks onto that. And hopefully the villager that lives in here is sleeping in his bed. That did not help. Better be sleeping, man. Are you stuck? I think he's stuck. Trayaurus is stuck. Who would have thunk it? He is stuck on a trapdoor. Oh, he just doesn't recognize it as his bed yet. Buddy, come on. It's not that difficult. But Fox's room is over here. It's fully furnished and all that, as you can see. But we have places to be and things to do. Did that make a silverfish? Oi, Goober. Get out of here. Oh yes, that generator we had saw on the previous one. Yeah, that power comes from this thing. It looks like it needs a reboot. Okay, and reboot. There we go. Also, unlike how Dan couldn't accomplish this in his time, I managed to capture Denton. And now he is in here for his crimes. He does get the cat and he does get science privileges for good behavior, but he is never going out of there. I'm sure y'all know Terrence the pig. Here's his cousin Torrance. This is his room. He's a piglin. He's like a cousin, I think, to Terrence. Here's his rabbit nugget. He's got Trayaurus' old computer because we got him a better PC. You saw in his office. Excuse me, golotron Mark II. And Trayaurus invented the golotron to protect the lab and other structures because, you know, he decided to make money off it too by selling some. Oh yeah, Trayaurus' cat. We finally got Trayaurus' cat back. He's chilling up there. Trayaurus does have a pet Ravager, but he's already been fed, so I don't really have to worry about that right now. Here's the computer room, but well, while we're in here, I might as well set some tunes. Oh yes, I added that so I could put the new discs in. Right. That there's if I need to hold any inventory, anything. I think this is an old map. Oh yes, that's how this place looked like before I did a bunch of extra stuff to it. It's always nice to have that. This is full of cookies. It's the cookie box that we put in the cookie area. Over here is where you would exit. This is right underneath the carpet of the lab. But we need to go down here. Oh yeah, here's another way out of here. But right now, we need to go visit the area down here. This area is very hard to get to. It has a catwalk. There is a way to get to this part from Dan's house, which we recreated after it burned down for me to live in, so I could live close by, but I had different plans and made a bunch of different houses for myself, depending on the day, you know. Sometimes one house gets a bit tiring, you know. Ooh, what the... Okay, I don't know what I just saw, but I saw something. Yes, here's Gilbert. He's a tamed, untamed wolf. I can't really do anything with him, but he just kind of exists. This guy's name's Sausage. He just kind of exists. But we must head into the nether. I must fly as to not, get back in there. As to not leave the door open. So that nothing comes out of there. And oh my god! You know what, this is exactly why we put a golotron in the tunnel. So that, you know, these guys don't build up. But now we must head to the swamp. But first... Actually, nah, we don't need to go there. We don't need to go there yet. We got to go up here to get to the swamp. Ignore that on the corner. I will look at that later. This is one of the many custom biomes in this world. I can't tell... Oh my god. Okay. I keep being in and out of character. Although, maybe this is all in character and I'm just breaking the fourth wall. Who knows? I don't even know anymore. The figure tells us we go along and... Wow, 10 minutes already. Wowee. Anywho, we must head to the swamp. We follow the sniffers, which they're native to this land. Well, they were back in their time. I had to bring back a bunch. Also, this is used for my trident. You know, just so I can get around a little quicker. But over here is the jungle and swamp portals. If I grab my map, will tell us exactly where we are. This brings us to the swamp. This brings us to the, jungle, swamp. Now, Dan had previously built a lookout tower. No. Trayaurus and Dan built a lookout tower in the swamp. It was more of an observation bay, but a tower nonetheless in the swamp. For the swamp creatures mod, so they could be above the creatures. In here, it's not too different. As has been already known, this is an alternative timeline. And I am kind of a time traveler. Well, at least was. I made note of every notable structure they had built or used in their experiments, and I had recreated them in this world so we can continue those experiments. All with everything being pre-made. But over here, the tower is signified by this line of red mushrooms that we had planted so that, you know, I don't have to bring my map with me every time. But there's plenty of frogs here. There's mushrooms, there's frogs, there's weird-looking trees. This world is something else, I tell ya. Years of work, years of planning. Well, maybe not planning, but... Yeah, I'm gonna answer that reply later. It doesn't pertain to me right now. We have a golotron Mark II patrolling this because there are no villages here, and the Mark IIs are used for enclosed spaces, places with walls. If there's a big wall, you can place these wherever. But if it's like a smaller area with villages, a Mark III is recommended. A Mark I is just called golotron, and it only lives for a small amount of time. Typically used for clearing out a hallway you don't want filled with a golem. But up here is where Trayaurus would do his stuff. And oh, I think we found ourselves the commune. They said they were gonna go out to the swamp in search of Winifred. I knew there was a witch hut out that way, but it seems they've managed to find the time to settle. How long have those cultists been out here? Yeah, it looks like I know where I'm going. I'll be taking the land route because I really don't feel like breaking lily pads, because that's really annoying. Also, in this swamp, there's a variant of the slime called the slorm. Their notable feature is that they jump really high and cannot be killed, so it's just best to leave them alone. They're kind of the guardians of the swamp. There's also a jungle out that way, which is always very nice to have around. But I need to make it to the commune entrance. I'm not sure if they'll be aggressive when I first enter, because well, I don't know how it's gonna be when I get there. Let's hope they're more peaceful. Although they worship Herobrine, so I don't really know. I was gonna say conveniently placed parkour, but that is not parkour. The last I had heard from the people that knew the cultists, as I had... I had asked around for... We already knew who the cultists were, we just didn't know where they were doing their activities. The fact we knew is exactly why they left in the first place, because we caught on. Their names were Jimmy Jonah and Charlie Mason. You know, they were not the type for, confrontation, but I do not have a single clue how they will behave to me entering their commune. They probably won't like it too much, but I knew them somewhat. They were okay, and so they went down the Herobrine route. But then again, it was me who spawned him the first time, so I would assume we'd be on decent terms, and they know I don't talk to the villagers too much about inter-villager business. But as soon as I caught wind of a death cult, I had to snoop things out a bit. Their houses seem pretty well put together, I will say. They even got computers here too. Which ones are they sacrificing? The nitwits? Yeah, I feel like it might be the nitwits, although... Yeah, probably the nitwits. Oh, there's another one. They got a map of the place. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty nice looking, actually. They even got a farm for food. There's a pig down there. They even got a fisherman. Oh, this place is set up. Oh, that's a cool piece of decoration. Well, we found it. Next we need to do is, find them. But I'm gonna end up today's episode right in here. It's gone on long enough, I'd say. I'll figure out outro music. Although most of the music I have in mind is copyrighted, so we won't do any copyright music. We'll just, find a place to stand and stare at. Like right here.